Alright, what's up everybody? Welcome to the WRant. I'm running a show today. Here we go. It's been a couple weeks since I ran a show, like I said last show. It's not lazy, dude. I got so much shit going on, it's ridiculous. I don't have time. I don't have the time I used to have. Like last semester when I wasn't going to class and I didn't have anything going on. I could just sit at home all day, look at Twitter, and know everything that was going on in the community. It's not like that anymore. It's basically me doing stuff on the fly like this. This is what it has come to. To stay involved, I got to do stuff on the fly now. But anyways, today's show is about Curse. I said I was going to do it last week. I tried to do it last week. Schedules were conflicted, and we couldn't get everybody on. And actually, Blev should be here pretty soon, hopefully, because I got a lot I want to talk to him about, actually. So I hope he gets here. But we got Benson, the Red Panda, as he calls himself now. I don't know.
First of all, I don't call myself the Red Panda.
People
call me the Red Panda.
Everybody calls, but you accept it though. You want to be called the Red Panda though.
I mean, you know, it's a panda that's red. What's not to love?
You know, I saw that picture. Actually, it looked like a raccoon.
See, this is what happens to the uneducated.
It looked like
pandas are raccoons. I mean, it's okay.
It looked like a hybrid between a panda and a raccoon, with red fur.
Well, then I am the red hybrid panda and raccoon. See, that just doesn't have the same ring to it. That's the problem.
That's just fucked up. Blev, are you here? Did Blev just join us?
What up?
I think he did.
Oh, yeah. We got Blev in here now. What's up, man?
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, are you busy?
Not too enthusiastic.
Are you busy today? What do you got? What do you got going on? You said you could only do it until maybe 6 at the latest.
I have to go do it. No, the latest I could start was 6, but it's just better anyways. I have to go do a sleep study tonight.
What?
So, yeah.
So are you a part of the study or are you administering the study?
No, I'm a part of it. A sleep study is when you go and you stay overnight and they hook you up.
Yeah.
You might have saw some pictures of me.
Yeah.
Where you and they check out like if you have sleeping problems or whatever, and normally they want to determine if you have sleep apnea, but I probably have something else called REM sleep disorder, and so I have to do a secondary test to get it checked out.
So you're gonna go sleep all night with wires hooked up to your brain? Essentially,
yeah.
Well, that sounds interesting. But before we get into it, can you just kind of explain your role with Curse? Because I'm sure everybody should know who you are by now, but they might be a little fuzzy on what you actually do for Curse, as far as COD and everything goes.
Wait, me or Chris?
Talking to Blev.
Yeah, so I'm actually I started out as the GM of Curse COD.
Yeah.
And then over the last couple of months, my partner Liquid and we actually purchased the Esports division from Curse.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to get into actually, but go on.
Yeah, so Steve is the senior partner, I'm the junior partner, so we actually own a company, essentially Curse Esports. It's got a different name that we're registered under, but we bought all the assets, contracts, the players, and we actually have a title sponsorship from Curse. So the League of Legends teams, and we now have Hearthstone. We have 2 Super Smash Brothers players, and then of course we have 3 COD teams, and then 3 League of Legends teams, or 4 League of Legends teams now, because we just signed a Oceanic League of Legends team. So we have.
Well, I wanted to talk about it because like you dubbed it, like the name of it on paper is competitive esports.
Yes.
And I just gotta say, that is the most creative name I have ever come across ever. Like, okay, we're gonna buy out the esports section of Curse, but we're gonna call it competitive esports. Ingenious. I just gotta say.
What would you have named it?
I mean, I don't know. On the fly right now, I don't know, but I'm sure I could have come up with something a little bit more creative than that.
Well,
you know, I've already come up like with a new position under you guys. Like you can bring me on as your CCO, your Chief Creative Officer, and I can just come up with names and stuff for you guys. I don't know. You should think about it.
I can explain it real quick. So when
right.
Steve had the original League of Legends team, and Curse purchased the League of Legends team, and he just had to have a company that he had the original team under, and so he just created. This was like 4 years ago. He created Competitive Esports LLC, and so what happened is we had to do the transfer rather quickly. So instead of trying to create a brand new company on paper, we just used the existing company he had, and then he gave me equity in that.
Yeah, because in the interview, I read the interview it had with, I believe, Slasher probably conducted or whatever. It was on Gamers. But was it Travis?
Yeah.
Okay, it was Travis. But I remember him saying, they're talking about, like, breaking apart and if he's the CEO. And then they said, yes, I am the CEO, and I also do have a co-founder, I guess, who owns a minority stake in the company, Chris Blevins. So I was like, okay, well, he like sarcastically said you're a co-founder, so I was just like,
I think that's
all right.
that was when you read it. It just looked like that because they did a straight transcription.
Yeah, I don't. That's why I don't like transcripted interviews like that. Like, just make it the video so you can put everything in context. Because like when it goes like that, it's like, okay, well that sounds kind of sarcastic and half-assed. I don't know if he was serious there, but yeah. But no, I think that's awesome that you guys broke off. You're still under the Curse name, though, obviously. So
yeah,
that's interesting stuff.
We're going to be rolling out some new branding as well soon, so that'll come out in the next couple weeks. It'll be pretty cool.
Yeah, and Benson, let's go to you, man. You finally came over to America.
America.
And you've been here a couple weeks now. How do you like it?
Well, I was here as well. Like it's worth mentioning before I actually moved out to the Curse house. I was here for quite a while. Obviously, a lot of you guys know I went to MLG for like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
I was there in New York. And then I was, traveling around, went to Chicago, obviously Los Angeles as well. So I was here for just, I think like a month and a half. And then I went home for like 2-3 days, maybe. It wasn't long, and then I came straight back out. So I'm acclimatizing. I'm just trying to get used to everything.
Acclimatizing?
That's the phrase I'm going to go with.
Okay. Yeah.
Just accept it, embrace it, move on.
All right. Yeah, I could. Okay. All right.
I'm just trying to get used to the way of life. Like everything out here is very, very different. Like people don't realize just how different it actually is. But I love it. I enjoy it. Like I'm living with an awesome group of guys, and more importantly, from like my role within Curse, like everyone has the same goal. Like I can sit down at the end of the day after guys have been scrimming, and I can be like, all right, so what do we need to do as a team? Because that's what we are at the end of the day. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not coaching them in any way, like, because they are far more knowledgeable, and I would just only hold them back. But I'm still here for them to utilize. Like, I'm a tool which they can utilize if they want to. So,
yeah. So
we're on the same page.
What exactly do you do for the team now that you're living? Like, what is your job description in the house?
Hopefully, cleaning that shit up behind him.
So okay, we got hold on. We have custodian is on the list. Okay, go on.
Apparently so. That's just been added to my job.
Yeah. So custodian. Okay.
To be honest, like I'm here to really help the players grow their individual brands. YouTube brands, social media brands. Help them with streaming, help them with all that kind of setup. Everything really, as much as I can help them with, and
to manage the house.
Yeah, to manage the house as well. That's going to be one of the key things, because, I mean, with team houses, it could go very hit and miss, and you don't have someone there looking after it. So that's going to be one of my roles. And as well as that, I am kind of helping the players out with some different aspects of, like, the way that they're playing the game. Nothing too drastic, because obviously, as I said, the players know far, far more about their COD Ghost than I will ever do. But I can give some interesting little bits of knowledge and some little, just a little help here and there. So I'm just trying to help them out as much as I possibly can, because at the end of the day, I want a Curse team which is going to win a championship, and I've got to work as closely as I possibly can with them to ensure that happens.
Yeah, and actually, let's go to Cable now. He actually lives down the road from the Curse house, and I'm sure you had a lot to do with picking the house. So kind of let's go through what your role is with Curse. Actually, let's just introduce you first. So just go ahead, tell everybody what you do for Curse, and then we'll go from there.
I handle basically anything with marketing or sales involved in Curse, and we don't really have an official title for me. I'm just kind of like, I do a little bit of everything. Basically, like any relationships that might be maintained or that I need to go out and get. Anything from like what we did with the Energems to Elgato. Me and a team of 2 other guys pretty much take care of that. Pertaining to the house, yes, I live in Atlanta, Georgia, and the house is about 5 minutes down the road. And I basically did everything from meeting with a real estate agent to find the house to getting the deposit down and getting all the utilities set up. So I did all the legwork at the beginning, but now Benson's taken over all that for me, so I get a lot more free time.
Benson's playing video games right now. I don't know.
Dude,
He's not doing anything.
I'm just saying I am too good at Black Ops 2. I'm just gonna throw that out there real quick.
Yo.
Just saying.
All right, we'll 1v1 later, Benson. I already took Hex down, and he's been crying about it for a year now. So
you beat Hex?
Yeah, he cries about it all the time, man. Yeah, I kicked the shit out of him. But let's start talking about the team house, because originally, like, it seemed like the plans were the LV team was gonna try to move in and transition into the Las Vegas house, and then that team completely imploded. So, Chris, what was going on? Like, how did you guys go from possibly getting a team in the Las Vegas house to buying an entirely new house in Atlanta, Georgia? Like, what was the process of this? How did you guys all decide to do this?
Well, we knew we wanted a team house all along, right?
Yeah.
And we knew that we wanted to have either teams in separate houses on each coast. And so originally, when we created the two teams, we wanted to have like a geographic type affinity around those teams.
Right now,
but what happened is the League of Legends team was moved to Santa Monica. They were moved to LA, so having the team in Las Vegas didn't make that much sense, but we were still looking into doing it. And then once we started looking around, and Caleb had the great idea, he's like, hey, Atlanta, we can get a lot more house for the money. It's less expensive. It has a better airport. It's less expensive to fly out of there. It's more centralized from a flight location. Yeah. And I live right down the road, so I can help manage it and get things set up. Plus, Scuff is in Atlanta as well, and they're a major partner of ours. And so it just made a lot more sense in the long run. And it was easier to get the majority of guys were East Coast. Like, we only have two players now, Miyagi and Attach, who are on the West Coast. And within the next month, the only person not living in the house is going to be Attach, because he has one more year of school.
Man, so you're going to have 8 guys.
Yeah.
8 guys in this one house. How big is this house? How many rooms does this house have?
Huge.
8.
So it's cursed.
Well,
it's cursed mansion.
When you say rooms,
well, there's different.
Yeah, I mean like bedrooms. Like I know, I mean like bedrooms. Like does each, like, are players bunking with each other, or what's going on inside the curse house right now?
Right now?
Yeah.
So right now we have like a lot of spare room, which we haven't really been able to utilize just yet. We're just really taking our time making sure everything is set up for the teams to be able to play in the COD League. In terms of sleeping arrangements, it's pretty much standard. I think there's only Crow and Moach who are sharing a room right now, but I mean the room they're sharing is just huge.
Yeah.
So
yeah, eventually everybody will.
Yeah, eventually down the line, I assume everyone's going to be sharing a room, unless
So there's 5 bedrooms upstairs. There's 5 bedrooms upstairs. Plus we have like an extra spare front room, and then there's 3 rooms in the basement where we do the majority of the
gaming.
The gaming and everything like that.
That's where I am right now.
Yeah, I just think
the room I'm in right now is Chris Orange's room, actually, for gaming.
I mean, putting 2 teams in one house like that is just crazy. Like that is just a lot of dudes in one house. I don't know.
That's why we have Benson.
Benson controlling 8 dudes. I don't know.
The house is massive.
You're gonna have. I mean, you're gonna have. Either the time of your life or it's gonna be hell. I don't know. It's gonna go one way or the other.
We're already having like really good fun. Like just messing around, like playing FIFA. A lot of people have probably already seen the vines. Me and Tipsy. Tipsy's awful at FIFA though, so it does help. I guarantee you he comes over right now. I almost guarantee he's gonna get upset by that comment. But he is straight up awful. So I mean, when it comes to like just fun stuff like that, we have so much stuff that we're doing. Yeah. We're all getting to know each other really, really well as well. So Tipsy says he hates me, but I know he loves me really.
I mean, hate is love in esports.
Exactly.
Hate is love. I like that.
Yeah. In esports, okay. Only in esports, hate is love. Okay. When you hate on someone in esports, you're actually showing how much you love them. But let's talk a little future right here. How are you planning on keeping the house's power on and stuff like that? Are you guys like focusing on stream revenues and YouTube revenues and stuff like that, or is it going to be
buying a lot of lottery tickets?
Oh, okay. All right. Because say, I mean, you obviously can't predict that they're going to end up one of your team's going to turn into like in complexity where they go on a huge streak and win all these events. So what are you guys planning on for finances for this team, for both these teams?
It's really a combination. I mean, what we do is we utilize the team. So the way I try to explain it to people that aren't in esports, the way that you make money is really through sponsorship. So you're essentially a marketing company at the end of the day, right?
Yeah.
So you're utilizing the success that you've had in esports and the success that you have in, say, social media, the success you have in YouTube or whatever, to market other people's products. That's the way organizations make money. Individually, people don't make money like that, but as an organization, that's the way we're going to make money.
Yeah.
And one of the things there's this big thread on Reddit how I was the worst GM in the history
really
of Call of Duty, and what they didn't
Wow.
understand. Well, yeah, what they don't understand is that the way you make money and the way you do things in esports is not. It's not. I mean, we want to win, right? But we have to be able to market products because that is the way the organization survives.
Yeah.
Unless you're just, you have two guys and they make a lot of money. You just, you kind of do the optic model where you make money because you're on optic, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, obviously, there's got to be some sort of return of investment on these players that you're bringing in. You can't just have, dead weight there. So what are you expecting in return from these players for living in the team house?
We are asking them. So we signed an agreement with Azubu to stream, and that's for all of our properties. I don't know a better name. All of our teams and our entertainers.
Yeah.
And so part of the agreement is that they stream 20 hours per week on Azubu. And then after that, just to help build the brand. I mean, the biggest thing they can do is these guys just get popular. So if they get popular, it'll help not only us, it'll help them, right?
Yeah, so I mean, you mentioned Azubu. How is that going to affect your relationship with MLG Broadcasting?
That's a good question. So Curse, the overall, does have an exclusive contract with to stream there. But the Call of Duty team the Call of Duty players are allowed to stream on MLG any competitive gameplay. So any GBs or any tournaments or anything like that.
Yeah, because I know that's a huge thing with Complexity. Like, they're not allowed to stream on MLG at all because of Complexity, like their org's partnership with Twitch. So that's interesting that you guys are able to stream your competitive stuff on MLG and still be able to be partnered with the Zubu and everything. So,
well, yeah, we had to put that in a contract because we already had an agreement with MLG. So
yeah, I mean that's crazy.
To provide at least 10 hours of game, 10 hours of streaming per week.
So Benson, let's talk about an average day in the Curse House now. Like do you guys have a set schedule where everyone gets up and plays and what do you guys got going on over there?
So for the first couple of days it was kind of back and forth, like people were doing different things. But now, for example, all of Curse Black are in the house. I'm trying to make sure that the guys have a pretty, I don't want to say rigorous, or I don't know really what the word would be. I don't want to be that guy that takes the fun away from it because at the end of the day, they're living in a team house, right? How many players can say, "Oh yeah, I live in a team house"? I want the experience to be fun for them. That's going to be the first thing because if you're having fun, let's face it, you're probably going to play better. You're going to have just a better time, so you're going to argue less with your teammates. It's all a kind of spiral sort of thing. So I'm trying to be just as lenient as I possibly can, but the guys making sure they're up by at least 12 o'clock minimum, making a YouTube video. Turn on their stream if they can. We're just waiting on a couple of things before everything is going to be fully set up and ready to go.
Yeah.
But I'm just trying to make sure that they really market themselves properly. And right now, YouTube is such a big key to that. I mean, I'm not sure if you've seen any of Tipsy's videos, but I've seen a lot of positive feedback that Tipsy's been getting on Reddit, for example, and also Twitter. People are loving his videos. He's really, really funny, and it's kind of part of my job, not obviously the main part, but part of it is to really just enforce that he keeps on doing that and he makes really high quality content.
So essentially, so you're the Curse House's drill sergeant.
I guess.
Technically, yes. I mean, you're the one there to keep them in line. You're the one there to keep them in line and make sure they're doing their job.
As you said, there's going to be 8 guys living in a house, right? They have to listen to someone. Otherwise, it's going to be straight anarchy. And if it's anarchy, then nothing is going to get done inside the house. Like, there's going to be no streaming, no YouTube videos. So someone has to be the guy that like puts that footage. I mean, like for example, just yesterday, you know, I got everyone together in the kitchen. I was like, all right, guys, if you put something in the bin and the bin is full, take the bin out. Don't just leave it and expect someone else to do it. Yeah, just small things like that.
So not taking the trash out.
Oh my god.
The trash can.
Oh, dude, I can see the arguments over chores to be done already.
Nah,
That's
there's no arguments.
Oh,
Absolutely zero.
well,
Not
yet.
I started it from the start. I was like, look, we all have chores to do. We're gonna do the chores. If you don't like it, leave.
Well, I mean, even
So
then,
everyone
like, I mean, you got guys on that team like Burns and Enable. I mean, these guys, I mean, really, all of them, like, do their share of work.
100%.
I would say the only thing that we really have to ride them on is if I come over there, usually twice a week, I can get there around, like, noon Eastern. And if they're still asleep then I go, like, banging on their doors and wake them up. Because they don't need to be asleep, especially when I need to talk to them and stuff. So it's really not that bad, and they've been doing a great job.
Yeah, I'd imagine it would be difficult to keep a decent schedule, especially like if what you're doing is playing video games full time, especially with the times that they play and with the tournaments how late they go. I mean, it's going to be hard to keep a schedule like that. So
I mean, it's as hard as you make it. I think as long as it's what they want to do,
yeah,
they'll be fine. And like everything's been pretty easy so far. Not had any complaints. So.
Well, that's good. Everything is going
very
good
well.
so far. Their house hasn't burnt down yet, so that's a good sign.
Funny story, nearly did.
Oh, what?
Burns was making some chicken, and he almost
Oh,
burned the house
jeez.
down. Luckily,
Okay,
my
so
nose
what
was
happened?
full.
Okay, what
Burn
happened
the
though?
house down
Yeah.
means he left chicken on the grill.
How did this
Dude.
happen?
It was almost burnt down, bro.
I know, but how? Like
Burns was making dinner. He was like trying to grill some chicken, and me and Tipsy were just out there. We were like, "Hey, what the hell is that smell?" And we're like, "What is that smell?" And then Burns was like, "Oh yeah, my chicken." And I just went up as if nothing had happened.
So what? Did he like put the chicken on? I don't know.
George Foreman.
Oh, he was using George
I have no idea
Foreman,
what
and
it's called,
then he went back to play video games probably and forgot
Yep.
about it.
It
Yeah.
honestly smelled like that. We were all gonna die. I was nervous. My whole life flashed before my eyes.
Well, that would have been a headline right there. Curse
Yeah.
burns down Curse house first week.
Within days.
If we still had the Curse Fire name.
Oh my
Burns-
god.
Curse Fire
that'd have
burns
been
down
so
the Curse
bad.
house.
That would have been nuts. All right, guys. So if any of you guys in the chat have any questions for any of the guys here, go ahead and tweet it with hashtag TheWRant so I can see it on the Twitter feed and I'll ask it. I will ask pretty much anything you guys ask as long as it's
Who wants to ask me a
pertinent.
question?
Pertinent. Well, actually, someone just asked if who you were. We in the beginning we introduced everybody. Curse Cable pretty much handles Curse's marketing and advertising and all that stuff. So he's the one that reaches out to companies and keeps those relationships and all that good stuff. So if you want to know, you can watch the rebroadcast tomorrow on YouTube and watch the beginning of the show. But what I want to talk about, did you guys just got announced today, the MLG Arena in China 2017?
Yeah.
That's pretty
I saw
awesome.
What do you guys think? Like, what do you guys think about that? Like, this came out of nowhere, pretty much, and it's in China. So
You're gonna grow-
China's the best place for esports. 100%.
Yeah, to grow esports, I mean, to really grow it, and if you want to get it to a large scale legitimacy, the way League of Legends is, you have to have a huge presence in China. And if you saw LCS All Stars last year with the arena that they had in China for the All Stars, it was friggin' amazing, you know. So I think it's great. I think it'll be great if we can eventually have something like that here, to where we have like a dedicated arena for tournaments and finals, and then we can move guys there. I think that'd be really good.
yeah, I mean, I just
go to China.
I don't know. I just think it's crazy. Like, just reading that article, they're like, and then in the article it said it's going to cost like 3 billion renminbi, like the Chinese currency, renminbi, 3 billion, which is like
dollars.
no, in dollars it's roughly $480 million. So that's how much is being dumped into it. Like, I'm wondering how much like money MLG had to put into this. I mean, because they are working with 2 investment firms on top of that in China. So I'm wondering how all of this came to fruition and how MLG got their name on it.
Well, it's because esports is huge there for PC. I mean, like with
esports is
Dota and
huge.
League, like it's massive there. So
Yeah, for
I think
PC.
and it seems like MLG's wanting to outsource their events a little bit more. So This isn't like, I doubt this is a COD focused thing, and if it is a COD focused thing, it'd be like that COD Online on PC.
Yeah, I think it would definitely, because I was thinking like MLG's like pretty much been predominantly a console like event organizer for the most part over the past decade, and then they're pouring and investing this money into an arena with two other investment firms. Obviously, you got to make sure to put that on top. But to do this in a predominantly PC, structured area of esports. So, I mean, China does have that COD Online thing that Envy went over there to play that, and that we didn't get to see, actually. I don't think we got to saw any of the gameplay, but it's definitely going to be interesting. Was there?
Yeah.
It's definitely going to be interesting to see how it plays out, because it's going to be one of the first arenas like totally tailored for esports. So I think it's going to be awesome to see, and one day maybe make it over there.
That'd be really cool. That's been a goal of mine for ages, actually, to get out to Asia. I've never been. I really, really want to go out to Asia.
I thought that was crazy.
No, I think it's great. I think it's great overall for the sport, and just great overall for the scene.
Well, and that stuff's probably gonna be televised too, because isn't it like,
Oh, yeah,
I don't know
100%.
the relations with like Korea and stuff. I know Korea has like StarCraft Brood Wars like on the television like 24 hours a day.
Oh yeah,
Like,
South Korea is like, they have their own esports TV. Like
yeah.
OGN, no?
Yeah, so I mean, it's really big over there. I don't know. I'm hoping esports gets there one day. I mean, obviously, Curse is investing a lot of money in Call of Duty and different esports sectors. So obviously, Chris, you got to think esports is going somewhere. You wouldn't be sitting here.
I wouldn't be doing this. I mean, I have a really good job. I do quite well, but I wouldn't be investing all this time. I do think it's going somewhere.
I mean,
and I want to be involved on the business side for sure.
Where do you think COD's going? Do you think COD is viable after next year with I mean, because the COD Champs contract is thing. So as of right now, next year is the last COD Champs. There hasn't been any more news on that. So what do you think is going to happen with COD?
I think that we're not going to have regular COD Champs, and it's going to be I don't know if it'll be, but there will be a first-person shooter LCS type league in person with everything that goes with it for sure.
I mean, because I saw you tweeting out yesterday, the other day, you were playing Black Ops 2 or something and realized that Black Ops 2 had more players on it than Ghost did. And, I mean, there's been a huge decline in players in Call of Duty that we've seen, like, since the Ghost release. I mean, do you think...
Well, the problem is Ghost is horrible. I mean...
it is.
I mean...
Obviously. Yes. But I mean, with this decline though, do you think Sledgehammer?
I wouldn't necessarily say that Ghost is horrible. I just say it isn't as esports friendly as Black Ops 2 was.
I mean, I think it's. I mean, me personally, I think it's horrible.
I mean, it's like simple things like league play, right? After the first COD Champs, I think it was 25,000 people playing league play. Well, as soon as COD Champs ended. Whereas this, you look at Clan versus Clan, there was nowhere near that amount of people because it's just.
Well, I mean, just think of like the public match. Even the public. I mean, yeah, there's no competitive, but even the public, like the way that the game is balanced. People use two guns. The way that it's. The health is too low. The maps are just ridiculous. Like those new maps. I don't know if you played them, but like you'll be on one side of a wall and you have to go all the way the fuck around to the other side to get to a flag, and it's like that makes no goddamn sense. I have to take forever. There's no.
Let him know, Blevins. Let him know.
Let it go. Let it go.
Like Infinity Ward are the worst fucking map makers in the history of fucking FPS, man.
Oh, they are. I know. I said it. I mean, people.
Even their old maps
like 6 months, like 6 months before like COD Ghost came out, I was telling like on this show, I was like, it's gonna be terrible. Like, are you guys putting faith in Infinity Ward? You're all freaking moronic because they make terrible video games now.
You're a hater.
But
I was right.
I think this will be the last like year that it's crappy because I mean
I don't know, man. I mean, I think Sledgehammer seems interested and they seem gung ho on the esports, objective. So we'll have to see. I mean, this is their first go at a COD title all by themselves. So
you got the 3-year rotation now.
Yeah, I mean, I think the 3-year rotation is great. I mean, that gives Treyarch that amount of time to make a really kick-ass game that we can thrive off of.
All right, so let me talk about something real quick. If you go back to before this game came out, Mark Rubin came up on TV and he's like, "Oh, we realized," and I even had this discussion at COP Champs regional qualifiers with Ash. he was sitting there, he was saying, you know, you have to remember that this game is for a much bigger audience than just a competitive market. And I said, okay, well, you have to remember is that people play the games now that my guys and Optic tell them to play.
Yeah.
So if everybody complains about this game, everybody in the community is going to think this game blows. And because it does. Competitive is going to drive people, and people don't believe it, it's going to drive people's behaviors.
Yeah.
It will drive what they're going to do.
It's not necessarily just competitive, it's just the YouTubers. That's basically like, for
Well,
example,
yeah, absolutely.
your Ali A's, your T Martins, those types of guys. You know, if they say the game is awful, then
I mean, that's pretty much that's.
Buy the game anyway.
I mean, that's the general consensus among pro players and all the YouTubers that Ghost is terrible. I mean, you see it nonstop, and especially with the Snoop Dogg voiceovers. Yo, G.
Oh my god.
DO here, bomb down. Like, what the fuck is this shit? Like, where did that come from?
It's just so cheesy. Like, I get on to play because, like, my friends play 8s on Ghost, and I'm just like, alright, fuck, I'm done. Let's go play 8s on Black Ops 2. I'm like, oh, I don't have my disc anymore. What the fuck?
Time to go play League of Legends.
And I go play League of Legends, which I'm doing right now. No offense.
I would rather go back to Black Ops 2 and use DLC maps only. And just see how that would go.
DLC maps on Black Ops 2 would never have worked.
A couple of them would.
You don't think four or five of them would
Nate,
from 16?
Me, Nate Shot, and Big T, we spent like a whole evening of streaming. I remember back when I was in Europe and we were testing it out.
Name drops. Hold on. Benson plays with Nate Shot and Big T. Watch out.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying. That's a JK listen.
I mean, I remember the Fire map wasn't like quite like the Black Ops 1 one.
I think what needs to happen is Activision needs to give Treyarch all of like the esports objectives. Like Treyarch's sole objective is to make an esports viable game, and then the other two developers can make their gay ass like mass public games that come out every year. Like that's
what Vandahar does now. Like,
I think that's what needs to happen.
Well, all I'm saying is the only thing I want to see different from any other year is when the game is released from obviously the next game. Like, it just annoys me to immediately see just a load of like hate, a load of flame towards video, like towards a brand new game. Like, look at Black Ops 2, right? Now I think it's fair. A lot of people would say that was arguably the bet. Like that and COD 4, you know, people debate which was the better COD. When it was released, though, people were furious with it. They were like, "Oh, we have to use score streaks in competitive. That revolutionized COD. Like it really did revolutionize the way things went, and it annoys me beyond belief.
Ghost a chance, and then
this is a different game. But what I'm saying is, when the new game is released, I want people to just sit back and be like, "All right, let's just test it out. Let's not pass comment on whether I think it's good or bad. Let's play it for a couple of months and then really see whether it's good or bad." Because I know the guys at Sledgehammer, like. They really do want to make a good esports game, but whether it's going to be esports friendly straight out the box, who knows? But I know they do want to make an esports friendly game, so I think everyone just needs to really just chill out, pump the brakes, and take a deep breath.
That's not going to happen.
I'm looking at this right now. Vaughn works for Activision as an esports advisor now. He doesn't work for Treyarch. So I have faith in Vaughn.
Dude.
Well, yeah, but I mean that's still.
If you're out there. Fucking run shit,
Everyone hated Vandahar. Everyone gave him crap. And as soon as Ghost came out, what was it? Oh, bring back Vaughn.
Pray for Vandahar.
Yeah. Like,
but that's our community. That's our community.
But it shouldn't be that way. Like that.
Well, obviously, I've been a broken record for like 2.5 years now, Benson. It doesn't matter. No one cares, dude.
Change.
No one cares.
We can change the world together, my friend.
No, we can't.
One
can't.
person at a time.
We can't.
I believe.
Yeah. No, I don't believe. Not anymore. I lost that belief like 6 months ago.
Your opinion doesn't count.
Oh my god. Alright, so let's go to some questions in the Twitter feed. Dr. Curry, actually, he was casting with Puckett a couple nights ago, wasn't he, on MLG.TV? Yep. He was getting some really good feedback, but he asked...
that's why.
He asked, will we be seeing Curse AU, so Curse Australia, over in the US or EU anytime soon?
Probably not.
Are you going to keep them solely in Australia just to represent Curse?
Yeah, I mean they're just unless a promoter or somebody like that wants to like help pay for some of the travel, most likely not. It's just way too expensive.
Yeah.
I mean, but the whole thing is we need to work on getting the Australian scene up.
No, I mean, we need to work on the Australian scene and the EU scene. Because those I-51 or whatever was going on last weekend, those views were pretty
What were
pitiful.
the views? I didn't know.
I think for the finals, it was at like 500 viewers at one point. Like that was Epsilon versus TCM or whatever it was. Yeah, it was at like 500. I remember Excellency tweeting out, he's like, grand finals, we're at 500 viewers, where's everybody at? I was like, holy shit, dude. I was like, the EU scene needs to start kicking it up a notch or something. I don't know what's going on over there. You would know better than anybody else what's going on over there, Benson. Apparently not. Now you went from red coat to...
No, I mean, it's difficult to say really what's going on, because I think one of the big things is just I don't know, maybe I don't want to say the mentality. That's definitely not the right word, but I just think Europe is very divided when it comes to COD esports. Like, you have your French fans and your French viewers, you have your Spanish fans, your Spanish viewers. Like, individually, like, those tournaments do quite well. Like, the French get a lot of viewers, but why didn't they relate to being COD esports fans? Like, why are they just French fans, if that makes sense? Like,
yeah, no, that makes sense.
They need to like. I'm not saying the French by any means, but what I'm saying is, everyone needs to kind of pull together once in a while and become Europe. Like, it's never going to be successful if people aren't fans of COD esports. Like, that's the first thing. And with a game like, well, let me rephrase that. With the way that the community has seen this game, it just wasn't going to happen. I mean, Europe in Modern Warfare 3 days was the flagship. Like, we carried Modern Warfare 3. Like, we were the only nation or continent to really.
No, you guys did.
That game blew balls.
Yeah,
no,
that game.
I disagree. I don't think the game blew balls at all.
What?
I just think it wasn't. No, I mean.
What?
If I give you the choice, all right, here's a choice. What would you want to play? Do you want to play Ghost, or do you want to play Modern Warfare 3 competitively? What would you pick?
Neither. I'd go to a different title. I'd go to a different game.
You have a choice. Pick one.
I can take option C and just walk away because.
No, you have to pick one, bro.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
I can do what I want. It's America. You're in America now. You can do what you want.
Freedom!
Yeah, I agree. If I had to pick, I would definitely pick. Well, I don't know.
I would know. I would pick Modern Warfare 3 over Ghost. I would,
right,
honestly.
There you go. So I mean, like, Europe did really well holding on to COD esports. Like, you could argue if Europe didn't do that, would we even be playing COD now? Who knows? Because that was when Optic went on such a successful streak. They were like undefeated champions. They just dominated everything, which was great for the scene. It got more and more viewers. EGL was doing really well at the time. iSeries was kind of struggling a little bit in terms of viewership, but Optic going to EGLs definitely helped. Definitely helped for COD esports as a whole. Obviously, then Black Ops 2 came around, which was, as I said, arguably the best Call of Duty we've seen to date. Like, I honestly, in my personal opinion, I think it was better than COD 4. That's just me. I know a lot of people may disagree with that.
I disagree with that.
I just think in terms of everything that it implemented, like Codcaster, the first time we ever saw that.
Did you play? Did you play COD 4?
Yeah, I used to love COD 4. COD 4 was legendary, but I mean, I'm not talking.
Did you play it competitively?
Yeah. I'm not talking solely about gameplay. I'm talking, overall with like Broadcaster, with the league system that was implemented, league play. Like, overall, for me, Black Ops 2 just did significantly more.
Did they use kill streaks in COD 4? I don't
remember.
No kill streaks at all.
No.
But overall, like, Europe now in terms of Ghost is really kind of, I don't want to say at a slump, but I mean, it's recoverable next year 100%. But I just think the players and the community need to just pull together, and if they do that, then Europe will be back on that hype, back on the bandwagon. With some good events, some good tournaments, etc. But until everyone pulls together, like, I just can't see it happening.
I mean, it's just crazy. Like, with the growth that we're having over here, just to see EU community declining the way they are is just, I don't know, man. It's kind of scary.
I don't know. I think this year has definitely been negative compared to what I was expecting personally. Like, overall, we had Black Ops 2, and it was just like, oh my god, like, we were at the hype, and it was just like, yeah, this game is legendary, the esports is growing massively for console and COD. Yeah. And then it kind of just kind of slowed down a lot. It kind of took me back, definitely. I mean,
well,
I think it took a lot, especially the pros. I mean, you look at, like, viewers on Twitch now, for example.
Oh,
Like
way down.
they're like,
Oh,
that's
it's gone. No, it's gone. It's all on MLG now.
I mean, obviously, we're like, I know, I don't just mean on MLG. I just mean in terms of the general viewers, just overall, regardless of what platform it's on, the viewers of COD is just kind of petered down quite drastically. And
Yeah, because they're all on MLG now.
no, that's not what I mean. I mean, just overall, the amount of people watching the game, regardless of the platform, there's less of them.
Well, I mean,
How do you know?
about the personalities? Because the
I
only
know.
thing that MLG
How do you know?
is
I know.
that Scum
I know
had like
everything.
10,000 at one time.
No, I mean, don't get me wrong. Your Scumps and your Natures are still going to do very well. But I mean, for the average streamer, the average Joe Blogs who's sat on Twitch,
Yeah, there's not much room
he's
to grow.
not doing as well. Yeah, there's zero room to grow because how do you like? How do you interact with your viewers when you're trying to play a game which a lot of people don't like? People just sit there and they're just like, oh, okay, I'll just watch.
No.
How 10,000 people could watch Scump play this game, I don't know.
Well, I mean that's Scump fans. That's what Scumpy's done really well, building himself.
Yeah,
It's like brand. Like he built a brand around himself. Like he was really intelligent with what he did. Like you gotta give him props. And Nature did the same thing. So they have hardcore fans which are gonna watch him do whatever. Like, do you not remember last year when Nature was shaving and he got like 20,000 viewers on Twitch and he was shaving? Like,
Hey,
that's
so
bizarre.
I got
Like that's 20 times more than viewed the European finals of iSeries. Just
Let
put
me
that in
make-
perspective.
I want to make a quick point.
Go right ahead.
Somebody, some company, somebody is going to make a competitive FPS game that stays the same. That's going to be a FPS similar to, which maybe it should have been CS:GO. I don't know. I'm not a big CS:GO fan.
I was gonna say you mean Valve.
But there's going to be a FPS on console.
Okay, that's what I was going to ask next.
Because you're not going to get tons of kids that are going to jump on keyboards for it, and they'd be like, I'd rather play this with my thumbs. I mean, but there is going to be some FPS. Somebody's going to make it, and that is going to become. And if it's not Activision, then they're fucking idiots because they really need to realize that the future is creating a phenomenon that is stable and steady and that goes on each year and that stays the same, and then adding more. They could add more content, DLCs, more single player campaigns. People would buy that stuff for $15, $20 pop. They'd make more money, and then they could continue to own FPS. Otherwise, they're going to lose it. Ubisoft or somebody is going to come in and figure this out.
Yeah. No, I know. I mean, I've heard some chatter that there's some other companies other than Activision actually making FPS shooters for the consoles tailored specifically for esports in the future. So, I don't know.
A lot of people thought that game was going to be Titanfall, though. A lot of people.
Except me.
I said the same thing. I was like, Titanfall will not be competitive.
I didn't. No one like understood that. No one. They were all like just Titanfall. I was like, no.
Man, the numbers. So I work with the guy who actually sold the platform that Titanfall runs on, the cloud platform, and the numbers are down a lot on Xbox.
On Titanfall?
On 360.
Because you're playing against bots, bro.
Yeah, it's not.
I don't care what anyone says. Like,
I thought it was gonna be a lot better than it was.
Bots.
Yeah, I mean,
there
it
are
gets
more bots in the game than there are human players.
It gets kind of, I guess, monotonous in a way. Like, I mean, I played it the first 2 days like a lot, and then I haven't touched it since. I mean, mind you, I haven't turned my Xbox on in probably a month. Like, I think since the release of Titanfall, but it's just because there's literally like I don't have that want or need anymore to play COD or anything like that. Like, I don't have fun playing those games anymore. Like, it's just, I don't know. I'm fine with just going to school.
Tell you what,
and
when League Play was going in, there was 9-10.
League Play, like Black Ops 2 League Play. That's all I wanted to do. Like, that's all I would think about if I wasn't at home. I wanted to play League Play. Yeah. I mean, that stuff was fun. I mean, the ranking system and all that stuff, it was fun. That kept you engaged in it. There's nothing like that not in Go. I mean, Ghost just totally threw that out the window. It was like, fuck this. I don't care about you. We're going to do it our way, because that's Infinity Ward's way. They don't give a shit. They just want to see the dollar signs, and the dollar signs are going to start dwindling here pretty soon. I think they're seeing that already with the fucking Snoop Dogg voiceover. The hell's that shit?
Why is the Snoop Dogg voice? I had no idea. I was just like nodding along, like yeah.
The voiceover. They gave him a script and everything. So it's like, instead of like the voice you hear now when you buy this, it's all Snoop Dogg. So like,
what do you mean?
Like it's all Snoop Dogg.
When you have a flag, it's like
yes, like everything is Snoop Dogg's voice.
Yeah, I'd pay for that shit. That's awesome.
What?
Dude, it's Snoop.
Oh my god.
Okay, so
but you know what? It's the problem is it's not like when Ice Cube did Black Ops, where it was pretty cool, where like they got me. You know, it's not like that. It's like stupid. It's cheap.
Honestly, the best one was World at War with Kiefer Sutherland. Best voiceover ever, dude. Jack Bauer. Oh, dude. Yeah, it was. I loved it.
Yeah, I can't wait for 24 to come back.
I know that shit's gonna be badass. But yeah, I mean, it's crazy. I honestly don't see a future in COD. I mean, I see it for the next title with since there's a COD champs, but I don't know, man. Just how volatile this community is and how idiotic it can be with its lack of foresight and its immaturity. I just don't see it anymore. I don't know.
It can make it through the next Treyarch. It's gonna be after Treyarch game what happens.
I don't know, man.
All right, well, so I got an interesting topic that kind of you made me think of it when you were talking about it earlier. But has playing competitive games kind of like ruined like the single player kind of games that you play?
Oh God, yes.
And I don't know, man, because like I still love playing Mass Effect and games like that. But do you mean like FPS shooters with a multiplayer to them, or?
Well, yeah, no, like so before like Black Ops 2, like I was playing like JRPGs, like Final Fantasy is like one of my favorite series, Mass Effect, like all those campaigns, like 100-hour campaigns, no problem. And now that I've played like Black Ops 2, like I can only play like Black Ops 2. I can only play League of Legends. Like if it's not a competitive environment, it's just like I can't like sit through Final Fantasy, 13.
Dude, I agree 100%.
That's what COD did to me. That's why I can only play like sports games, shooters, or like League of Legends, or.
I don't know. I still really enjoy going back and playing Mass Effect. Like that's the main reason I kept my 360 was so I could play Mass Effect. Otherwise, I was gonna get rid of it. So I don't know. Yeah, I still go back and play. I was playing Mass Effect actually last week. I did turn my Xbox on to play Mass Effect and nothing else.
I mean that is a great game, but I couldn't even get through 3. Like I played 2 I beat it probably 8 to 10 times, and like a playthrough is like 20 to 40 hours.
No, yeah, Mass Effect 3 is the longest playthrough out of the trilogy. It's really long.
I never finished it. Like I just watched the ending because I just couldn't play it anymore. It was so boring to me.
I don't know, that's crazy, man. I don't know, maybe it hasn't for me. If anything, the FPS shooters nowadays have drawn me back to like the RPGs and stuff like that I want to play more. So I don't know. I was gonna bring up something else, but I forgot what it was now.
There's a few questions that have been asked.
Yeah. Oh, I honestly want to pick your guys' brain about this because when I saw it, I was going on a frenzy on Twitter about it. What do you guys think about TK picking up Royal?
It's a marketing strategy, that's it.
Well, I understand the marketing aspect of it, but like other than that, like what do you think this is gonna pan out for them? Yeah. How are they gonna have to tackle this though?
They'll make more money from all the revenue.
Well, the thing is, you can look at it too. Is they looked at Royal as they do pretty good at streaming. They can pull some decent numbers, and that'll help them grow their TK channel. So instead of them having personalized channels, now they can have the girls do stuff on TK. I think it's good.
Yeah, with how important streaming's becoming now and the revenue from it to help run organizations, I mean, it seems like almost every other organization starting like an entertainment brand now where they just pick up people who purely pull numbers. And it helps their company grow rather than just these competitive teams.
So you think that they're going to make some profit off of this team? I mean, with all the expenses they have for sending them to events and stuff like that,
you don't know that.
They said
but how do we know that they have it? Yeah, how do we know that?
Are they? I mean, why wouldn't they?
Their events.
I don't know. Why would they? Is equally as good question.
I mean, everyone's assumption right now is that they're sending them to events.
Well, I mean, they
should never assume, my friend. When you assume, you make an ass out of you.
Now,
and me.
the thing they could say is, hey, all the money you make on the channel, after our split or whatever, we're going to use that to send you to events, and now it doesn't cost them anything.
TK are really clever. Like their management staff, I have a lot of respect
Kaz
for.
is really fun. Kaz knows what he's doing, man.
I know, but I'm sorry if those girls like join TK without the fact knowing that they're going to events, then they're all idiots, and I'll be the first to say it, because I would not sign on with an organization like TK knowing that I might not have the chance to go to events when I know that's what that whole team wants to do. So that's why I'm just thinking that there's no way that would have happened if they weren't going to events.
But they might give them like, hey, we're gonna pay you, $200 to stream a minimum 20 hours a week, and then they can use that money that they get paid per month to save up for travel and go to events. There's a lot of different options they could be doing to make that lucrative for both parties.
I don't know. I just found it weird. I felt like there could have been something else done there. Other than that, I don't know, man. It's just investing in the girls in this community hasn't panned out yet. So hopefully it pans out for TK.
Well, I just don't see an all-girls team placing that well. Now, I hope they prove me wrong. I'd love to see more diversity in that. I think that'd be fascinating, but
I do too.
I don't think it will happen.
Okay, so I'm getting a tweet now. I don't know if there's any validity to this. Maybe someone can look it up for me real quick when I say it. But someone tweeted me saying PlayStation just announced as lead for next COD with Activision.
They announced that they were going to be the.
I mean, I was hearing like rumors about it that there was the potential for it, but I never heard like a definite.
They announced that they're going to be like the lead platform. Like how Xbox gets DLC first and crap.
Yeah.
They announced that ages ago, but I mean.
I wouldn't say.
Did they?
Yeah, it was ages ago. It was like a month ago, wasn't it?
So as of March 20th, they were talking about it, but not.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. I just thought they didn't announce it already.
Yeah, you were taking the rumors for fact, Benson.
Well, I mean, I've been hearing that.
Define a rumor, I guess. Like, depends on who you hear it from and where you hear it from, I guess. But I just thought that was fact.
It's all rumor until it's announced.
I would actually prefer that, though.
What,
would you? I mean, what do you think this means for like? Because I mean, if you guys have been seeing like the Xbox sales, like Xbox is like doing terrible compared to PlayStation. So do you think this will cause for a transition to the PS4, like what happened in Black Ops 1, where?
No, this is what will happen. You have like a company like Red Bull, what game did most of the people that they sponsor play?
Oh, I wonder what that could be. Halo.
Yeah, so most of those guys play Halo. The reason they don't get involved in COD that much, and I don't know this for a fact, this is just my assumption, it's just the fact that, I mean, it's a big problem with a lot of sponsors, is Call of Duty is killing people, whereas, like, Halo have that loophole. So if Activision is switching to PlayStation, and maybe they'll continue COD champs through PlayStation, who's to say Microsoft won't kick up the next Halo game and start a season and do all this stuff in-house and make like $1 million tournament with Halo? Because, I mean, you look at all these guys starting Halo teams for Optic, and
you have to think as well, like, COD Champs is Microsoft, right?
Yeah.
So...
I mean, Microsoft sponsors MLG too, so like that's if this happens, like, I don't know. I just think
the contract was supposed to end this year.
Maybe it does. I don't know. You probably know more than me on that than.
Well, I mean, that's the whole thing with COD Champs also, I thought.
No, yeah, COD Champs ends like next year. After next year's, it's up. So.
Yeah, it's 3
years. Yeah, so what if Activision
Yeah.
and PlayStation took over the COD stuff and Microsoft started its own in-house stuff? I mean, there's too many Halo pros working for 343 not to have Halo be competitive again.
There's so many... what was I going to say? I just completely forgot what I said. Oh yeah, Sony have come out actively saying they want to get heavy into esports. So, I mean, what a better way.
Sony Online Entertainment is like a separate division. They do all that Planet side stuff, and they're always trying to do stuff in esports wherever they can.
I don't doubt it. I mean, Sony was the sole reason we even had an MLG season for Black Ops 1. Like that was all Sony money. So, I don't doubt it. And I mean, Matt's in here saying Halo 5. I mean, there's been a lot of hype around that.
You said Halo 5?
Matt.
Oh, yeah.
So you got Halo 5, and then, I mean, I don't know, man. The next couple of years is going to be interesting. Honestly, I don't think COD's going to survive after next year.
I think it just depends what's on the horizon. Because I can tell you now, not everyone in COD's going to start playing Halo, and Halo's not going to blow up. Halo could be a competitor, but it just depends if Destiny or something like that could come along and be.
Well, see, I think the thing with esports is that the players are gonna go where the money is, regardless. Like that's, I mean, if you're gonna make any money, there's no salaries out there that you can live off of yet. There's no, I mean, unless you're a big streamer. So I think wherever the money and the event prizes are at is where the majority. I mean, you saw a lot of the Halo players were reluctant to play COD until, I mean, this past year. I mean, a lot of the Halo pros came over and tried it out and are still around. I mean, Curse has Enable now. So, I mean, they did start to make the transition. I mean, the players will go where the money is, and that's just how it is. I mean, I don't really think they have that much loyalty to a certain title as COD.
I mean, I bet you money that some of the Halo guys who are playing COD would go back to Halo in a heartbeat.
Oh yeah, they would, because
Even if that wasn't money.
that's their home game. But
Yeah.
even I would say that if COD was dwindling and Halo had this huge prize, I mean, I could guarantee a lot of the COD players would go play Halo.
Do you reckon?
What?
Do you reckon?
I do reckon.
Okay.
A lot of
That's
Call of Duty
interesting.
players already like to play Halo. And they went to that Halo Reach or Halo, what was it, whatever that launch that MLG had. I mean, there were a couple teams made up of just Call of Duty players. Yeah, Optic played in it. So I mean, I just think no matter what, people are going to go where the money is, especially in the console community and everything. But I don't know, dude. I'm not saying I'm right. I'm just saying that's my opinion.
No.
Well, didn't Optic announced their Halo team, right? With Flame Sword?
Yeah, Flame
Yeah.
announced.
Yeah, so I mean, if they're making a Halo team, unless there's something going on with Flame Sword, like Hex promised him a team or something, I mean, there
Yeah,
has to be a reason he's making a team.
yeah. So
I love Flame.
it'll be interesting. The future is murky.
Future's always making esports though. That's like part of the fun.
I don't know, man. That's
For
just
console esports.
Yeah, that's true.
League and Dota and all that's pretty secure.
But if there's any questions you guys have, there are probably some new people in here now. We've started to kick up in viewers a bit. If you have any questions for Curse, we got pretty much any question you have could be answered right now for Curse Esports. So if you got something, go ahead and tweet it with hashtag TheWRant, because that's what I'm looking at. I do not look at the chat too much. So if you want your question answered, tweet it, hashtag TheWRant. I'll get to it. But until now, I mean, do you guys have anything that you want to bring up on the show that I haven't really touched on? Benson, what do you got?
I think we really like touched on it a lot. Like a lot of
We
people have been asking me, what's my role? So it's nice to finally get that out so people understand. Because yeah, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I'm just really excited for the video content that we're going to be doing. Like I have some good ideas for that stuff. A lot of people as well have been asking for a house tour, and I saw a lot of people tweet me as well during the show. When is like a house tour going to be up? We want to see the house. Like,
Yeah, I saw that
you guys
earlier.
have to like respect. Like, we need to be a little bit patient with stuff like that. We want to make sure the house is nice, fully decked out. First for the purpose of gaming,
Yeah,
and then to look aesthetically pleasing. So
yeah. They
we
want
will have a house tour.
they want to
Plus-
actually
plus
they
we
want
wanna get
furniture
our-
in there. They want
Plus, we want
furniture
to
in
get
there.
our partners, have our partners
Right.
get their stuff in there.
Yeah,
that's the key. Like, we don't want to be like doing a house tour where we have none of our like sponsor products out and etc. So we're gonna take our time. I would say, if you're looking for that kind of content, it's going to be coming out May the 3rd, May the 4th, around that time. That's the time zone I've given myself. Like a lot of people know the YouTube channel. It's youtube.com/cursecrib. I already have, I think it's 15 videos uploaded onto that, all is unlisted. So I'm trying to get a backlog of a lot of content just ready and waiting so we can kind of just explode and be like, hey, you want to be here. Like 100%, this is a channel you want to be subscribed to. Because, I mean, as I was saying earlier on, like Tipsy as an individual, it's hilarious. Like some of his YouTube stuff is just, it has me in tears. Like he was showing me a video last night. I was just crying.
That video where he is talking about where he saves the day, where he goes on that 10 kill spree, that was
It's hilarious.
awesome.
Yeah, exactly. He's a very, very intelligent
he's like,
person when it comes to YouTube.
I threw that grenade off that lamp post or that lamp thing on purpose.
And I meant to do it.
And I meant
See
it.
this guy? I intentionally miss. I let him know I'm behind it. Like he comes up with all that stuff himself. Like he's very, very just clever. very clever guy. So I'm really excited to see what he can do. And as well, we have like someone like Enable, for example. I mean, he's never done YouTube. Like that blows my mind. Like he's a Halo champion.
He's had Red Bull money on his side, dude. He hasn't had to do YouTube.
No, it's not about having to do it. It's about just enjoy. Like I said, you know, is that something that you think you'll enjoy? He was like, yeah, I think I'd love doing it. I was like, well, you know, you can do it any time. So I mean, I'm really looking forward to what he can bring to the table. Moch, as well. Burns has some great ideas for content. Like I'm really looking forward to what he does with his YouTube. He's only recently just started off. I mean, he's definitely going to be one out of the whole team that you want to look out for in terms of like media stuff. Like his stream as well is just fantastically funny. He's very good at the way he streams, and that's something that I really want a lot of people to really just like. I don't want to say give him a chance because you don't really need to give him a chance, but you know, I think a lot of people are going to realize that these guys are extremely underrated, and that's what I'm personally really happy with. We have a team which isn't, you know, a hype team in the sense that everyone in the community is like, yeah, these guys, it's a dream team, they're going to win, because I think that's bad. I really think that's really bad. I would rather go into an event with a team that's the underdogs.
I had that with Las Vegas before. It didn't work.
Well, how did that work out? Yeah, exactly. You know, like complexity.
Dude, honestly, Blev, I could have told you that wasn't going to work out from day one, because just oh man, too much history there. But just to move on from that, there are some questions that I want to ask that people have been asking, but I forgot. I want to bring this up real quick. You know, with the whole MLG thing restricting you to 2 teams in the league and everything, and you had to drop the team. You know, AOX, you picked up AOX, then you had to drop them, yep. And then you ended up dropping Realize and Diabolic, yeah, and picking up Croaster and Mud Dog. What went into that decision right there?
That was a very interesting and very hectic evening.
I'm sure.
Like, all 3 of us were basically in a Skype call, and we were like, hey, so we had 3 spots. It just got taken down to 2. Now, I want to clarify something as well. Like, I think I speak for all 3 of us when we say, or I say at least, that's a good decision. Like, 3 teams is a little bit too much to have in a COD league. Like, I think that's definitely how I feel. I'm pretty sure that's how they feel. But what we were kind of annoyed about was the way it happened. Like, we didn't have the time. Like, it was what, like 12 hours before roster lock, I think.
Yeah, we were okay
that
with
really puts you in a pickle.
Time.
Yeah,
that was the thing that really annoyed us more than anything. It was just the timing of having to make that decision. I mean, 12 hours. But you have to think of it from like an overall perspective. Some players are going to have to get dropped. That means they have 12 hours to find themselves a team.
Yeah.
Like that's so unfair on them. And you know, we got a lot of heat for that. And it was something where it was kind of like, well, that wasn't our decision.
Yeah,
like,
I know. Yeah.
That's not on us. Like we basically started what was a very hectic, like 12 hours of just nothing but roster changes, and it all came because obviously FaZe managed to pick up that league spot, and then ironically made a roster change 30 seconds after they got that league spot.
Yeah, so, Proof was like, oh, whoop, I'm out of here.
He's out of there. But you know, I respect Proofy a lot. Like I know he's like thinking about himself, which you have to do. You have to.
Yeah, I mean, if you say no to Optic, you're stupid.
You're an idiot.
You're
straight. You're straight.
Well, you saw that with Killa.
You're stupid.
Roasted Hex and then joined the team.
Yeah, that was funny. But I mean, yeah. So we were left. Yeah, that is cool. We were left in a really like horrible position. I think that's something that not a lot of people really realize. But I mean, we sat there and we were kind of thinking. We had a lot of factors that we were really thinking about. You know, like who can move into a team house, because that's obviously going to be big with sponsors, etc. You know, what team is going to gel? You have to think about pro points as well. Obviously, there's a lot to think about. It isn't as easy as just, oh yeah, these 4 players are going to play well together. Let's just throw them together. You can't do that anymore. Like it's more. You need to really think about a lot of different things, like who's going to get on well in a team house. I'm really happy to have Coast Black the way they are, because that was a team that I thought a lot about who they were going to pick up. Obviously, with BL5 being dropped, and I'm so happy we have Enable on the team. He's obviously trying to be the first ever pro to win a championship in Halo and Call of Duty. He's going toe-to-toe right now with Formal. And Formal has a lot of hype around him, which is, you know, he's a great player, don't get me wrong. I love Formal. He's a really nice guy. But he has a lot more hype. Enable doesn't really have much hype around him. But honest to God, he is just as good, if not better.
Yeah.
Like, he's a very talented player, but he really wasn't really given a proper chance to prove himself to a lot of the COD fans. So now he has that chance. I'm really looking forward to seeing how he utilizes it, because like every day, and I mean every single day, he's sat there, he's watching other people's streams, he's taking notes, how do other teams play. You know, he's sat there, he's trying to be the best player in the game. And like some of the stuff I've seen him do already, like I'll just take my chair and I'll go into the other room and I'll just spin around in circles watching all 4 of their screens. And you know, I'll look at Enable's screen and he just like ruins someone like cross map, and it's just like, this guy is this guy's fucking good. Like,
But it really amazes me also, and Benson, I think you'll agree with me here, is that no one is giving either of our teams a shot. Like Reddit,
I don't know. I don't think it's important. I don't think it's amazing. I don't think it's amazing. I think
you guys are pretty. You guys are pretty under. You guys are underdogs. You really
I mean,
are.
look at Justice from the first event. I think was it Columbus? Yeah, it was Columbus, right?
Yeah.
No one anticipated them guys to do work, and they just went the fuck off, man. They were a fantastic team,
Yeah.
and as I said earlier on, I'm happy that people don't think we're going to do well. That to me is just it's so good because we get to go to the event with zero pressure, absolutely zero pressure. We're there knowing we're going to be underdogs, so it doesn't matter what we do, we're going to do better than everyone expects us to do, and that's perfect. Like in terms of obviously placing top 8 in the COD League, if those guys don't do that, then I'm just going to be mind blown because quite frankly, I think in a team house, if you clone myself 3 times, I could probably finish top 8 in the COD League. Like it's just so easy. They have no excuse. They have all the tools necessary, just there, ready and waiting to give them that top 8 placement. So I'm not worried about that at all. It's when they actually get to the event where I'm going to be really excited. I'm going to be sat watching, hopefully, and be able to cheer on the guys as they win themselves a championship.
That was a long-winded speech, and thank you for that. That was.
You know, I just felt like I hadn't spoken.
That was inspiring.
You know, that's what I do, my friend. I mean,
that's why you're a professional caster right there, because it's those long-winded speeches, man. I felt I was like entranced by like your voice there for a second. I like lost myself, but
appropriate jokes just waiting to be had. I'm gonna refrain. I'm gonna be a good jokes now.
Let's. Dr. Curry asks, what does I guess he's asking our opinions on this. What does OSCOD need to do to grow as a scene? Do you think? We'll start with Benson.
To be honest, this guy's done really well. Like the biggest thing would be to perform well at the biggest event of the year. You can tick that box straight away because those guys absolutely dominated at COD Champs. So many upsets, and they really proved that.
No, that was really good for Australia right there. Like
it was huge, especially after the first Champs where they kind of felt they let themselves down quite a bit. But the performance that they put up was just. It was, in all honesty, it was fairy tale. It really was. It was just a fairy tale story of, how a scene just so underdog just comes out and just destroys some of the best teams in the world. Like it was
definitely
really, really good to see. But in terms of how do you turn that into something with longevity? Like that's just a one-off thing, right? How do you really turn that around? And it sucks to say, but the only way Australia scene is going to get good is with an influx of investment. Like it just needs money. It's as simple as that.
We want to do that, and that's why we decided. And because we also had picked up an Oceanic team, we thought it made a lot of sense. But people need to realize is that we have to be able to build it up, and so we wanted to build up the demand.
You got to build the scene up before you can just send an Australian to a G.
Well, no, they're talking about that easy. Unity, not curse AU.
No, I understand, but I'm saying that we're making investments there, and we believe that that's a good place to do it. But we just have to, we have to.
In all honesty, it's just going to require like more events. It's that simple. More teams, more people watching. Like for example, my big thing that I would always say is when you want to see how developed a scene is, let one of the top Australian players turn on a stream. How many views is that going to get? That kind of shows you. Like, if you have the best Australian player streaming, how many views is it going to get? That kind of shows you the development within the scene. And it comes down to everyone in Call of Duty esports banding together. We can't have these different segments. We can't have, this is the Australian scene. They're going to tweet out just about the Australian stuff, and no one is going to help them grow. Like, people need to realize, like, if you're at the very top right now and you're making, thousands and thousands of pounds, or dollars, I should say.
You're America now.
Regardless of what team, what nation you're in, if you want it to become a long thing, if you want to really be able to make a career out of it, you have to grow the industry as well. You can't just grow yourself because you're just going to saturate the market. You're going to monopolize it. And if you monopolize it, there's nowhere else to grow. It's simple economics and business. Like, you need to be able to grow the industry you're in as well. Otherwise, you're just going to reach a point where everything is just you, and then you're not going to be able to grow any further, and it's going to put a halt to things. So, I want to see some of the big names in COD Esports, help promote the Australians, help promote, like, let's say the Asian community, they start playing COD. We need to promote that. Imagine if all of Asia started playing COD on console. Can you imagine how big that would be for COD Esports? It'd be huge.
I can't.
I mean, they may not necessarily be good at first, but
I can't.
It's irrelevant. Like, it would be massive for the whole of esports. So it just comes together, like, going back to obviously the Australian point. everyone just needs to band together and really help growth. They need more events. They need more money in the scene because, I mean, they've shown they have talent.
Yeah.
Like no one at this point can argue. Like they 100% have talent, but they need a bigger platform to really show it off and explode.
I think that was a good answer. I mean, I really have nothing to disagree with there. I mean, that's one thing that we've seen with the EU. Like, I mean, I would consider like between the NA and EU, we've become closer over the past couple years with teams coming across the pond, you know, so much, but yet there's really no cross promotion. Everyone in this community is just so, I mean, I guess greedy, but I mean that's kind of a harsh term for it. I mean, they're just so, we have a lot of self-centered people in this community, I would say, that don't really care to help out.
The issue is the average age of our community is very low. Now, if you offer a young person, you know, a couple of $100 or whatever it is, you can offer them whatever you want, essentially peanuts. 9 times out of 10, they're going to accept that because they're not used to being offered that, if that makes sense.
Oh, no, so I know. With the product stuff, I went on a rant about product sponsorships like a couple months ago, and I was just like, if you guys are still taking product, like you're nuts. That's all I gotta say. You're just crazy.
It's ridiculous. So like overall, the mentality of the up and coming players, you know, from AMs to pros, doesn't matter. It needs to be more business minded, and it comes down to the organizations which they become a part of to really teach them the ways. Like some of the conversations that us three have had with some of our players has been, you know, just business. Like how do they? Because Tipsy, Burns, all the guys, Moach, Enable, they want to turn it into a career. It's not just let's go to a team house, fuck around, and you know, play some video games. It's all right. I want to turn this into something that I can, you know, say is my job. It's my full-time job, and the only way you can do that is by having business sense.
Who's that in the background? Say hi.
A Wild Burns appears.
What the is it? Is it like you're in Atlanta? Is it like 20 degrees in your house? What the hell's he doing?
He was just outside. Oh, is there a wasp in there? It's still in there. It's like this big. We have a wasp. It's become the household pet. I'm calling him Waspy. Really original, I know.
Tell him to man up.
This big. I'm actually allergic to wasp bites and stings, I should say. They don't really bite you.
Yeah, I was about to say.
So
okay, but
I will actually just drop dead on the floor if it stings me. So that door is staying permanently shut. We need to get like a net and take this fucker down. Like, wah! But I mean,
Dude,
yeah,
seriously,
Burns
you guys can't get a wasp out.
Do you want to fly out here and do it?
I will. You guys are puss. Like seriously.
I'm deathly allergic. What do you want me to do about it?
You got 6 other dudes in the house. Tell one of them to freaking. You got Tipsy and Burns. Tipsy and Burns, the 2 biggest meatheads in the community.
Go do it. You have to do it. You have to do it. Otherwise, you're going to be known as the guy that's scared of wasps. No one wants to be that guy.
Yeah, go take care of it, Burns.
Yeah. Even Chris said it. Now you have to do it.
Oh. Okay, well, that was a nice little side topic.
Anyway. Moving. Dude, I do not want to die. Shut that door. All right, guys, if I die,
Vincent dies on the rant.
Burns kills me.
What?
This would be the greatest YouTube VOD ever.
How would that be? Me dying? That's what you want, Chris. That's what you want.
No, that's not what I want. But
you all heard it. I'm fine. I'm fine.
But it'd be great. It'd be great for views. That's all we're saying.
I'm glad the rant will take off on YouTube. Not like I'm gonna be dead or anything. Fucking scumbags.
Dude, it's going back to the self-centeredness that I was talking about earlier. But no.
What were we actually talking about?
I don't even know. I don't know. We can move on to the next thing that I was going to talk
really
about.
Important I want to say. Oh yeah, about players and their business sense. Like that's something as well. A lot of people really need to just savvy up on. I guess
Yeah.
Just have that business sense. But again, a lot of which comes down to those organizations helping them out and giving them the support that they need to grow themselves and to grow the brand as well. Because it's a two-way thing, right? If the organization grows, the players grow.
Yeah.
The players grow, organization grow. Always a two-way thing.
You make a lot of good points, Benson. I just want to say that.
Thanks, bro. I talk a lot of sense.
Yeah, you do. You do. I'm proud of you.
All came from you, buddy.
I know, dude. I know. I was
once your young Padawan.
I am at the center of everything. That is just get to know that now. Just understand that. Everyone understand that. But I forgot that this happened. I would actually talk about this now. Fwiz going to MLG, like leaving Machinima or getting fired from Machinima. I don't know. I'm just speculating.
He left.
No, he left. I know, but I like to give him shit, so I'm gonna say he got fired. But no, him going to MLG and essentially taking Puckett's spot as VP of programming. How do you? What do you think?
I just want to address real quick.
All right.
Just come in the camera real quick.
What?
So Burns' idea of how he's gonna kill a wasp is with a tennis racket.
Yeah, you're gonna put all. You're gonna put a hole in the wall. You're gonna put a hole in the wall, and it's gonna be epic.
Well, if you kill the wasp with a tennis
you said
racket,
a net.
Hey, can you okay? You have to tell him. You have to tell him to tape this.
yeah, you should really. This could be a YouTube video, bro. Get the phone out, record it.
You could do it
Come on.
What's that guy called? Is it Bear Grylls? You could do like a Bear Grylls, put a camera on your head, tape it on, and you be like, hunting for wasps day 1 with Burns. It could be legendary.
I need to do.
What can I?
Hey, first of all, what percentage do I get for the idea? I need some sort of percentage here.
-5.
God damn.
Does, bro.
What?
You get to watch it.
Ah, damn it.
You get to watch.
That's terrible. That's my. I shouldn't have said it then. I shouldn't have said it.
But yeah, Fwiz going to MLG is a great pickup for MLG. It really is. And he has some good creative ideas, and I wish him the best out in Los Angeles. I'm pretty sure he is staying in the Los Angeles office.
Yeah, so. they have an office out there in LA.
Yeah, they do. That's where
I was confused about that for a while.
But he should be able to bring some awesome content ideas. I mean, you look at some of the content ideas MLG are doing right now, and they're fantastic. I mean, what was it? I think it was like a couple of days ago on ESR. You had Puckett like roasting a couple of guys for selfies, comparing them to. They had like a selfie chart. Like just cool creativity stuff like that is awesome to see, and it comes down to those guys. I would say more than anyone else to really try and be that flagship. They put themselves in that position where they are the flagship carrier for the game, and they need to step up to the plate and really do it. And in all honesty, there is no better guy for the job than Puckett. Like he has just some fantastic ideas. A lot of people, I don't want to say don't give him enough credit or hate on him, but like Puckett's a very, very clever guy.
Yeah,
he is a really smart guy. Like he knows what the scene needs to grow. Like he's been there, he's done that. He's got the T-shirt. Like he's a very experienced veteran guy. And
if he has the T-shirt,
well, that's the sign, right? As soon as you get that T-shirt, it's like woohoo, yeah, buddy. But I would personally, I put all my faith behind whatever Puckett would decide. Like he makes good calls, so I have faith. I believe. I'm a believer. Not a believer though. Don't worry.
Alright, so some people are basically touching on what we touched on earlier about COD going to PS4, and then Microsoft and 343 possibly setting up an LCS type league for Halo and stuff like that. So hypothetically, if this did happen, and Microsoft and 343 set up this type of league, do you think that would catch on quicker because it has the backing of Microsoft and 343? Like the money behind it to make a league like that work? I mean, because I think so. Well, I mean, I think that's the one thing that we've always been missing was Activision taking a bigger role in the community and pouring a little bit more money into it and seeing the value of it. But I don't think it's ever going to happen, honestly, which is sad. But I think that's what we've mainly been missing to really catapult to a type of League of Legends status. So if that did happen for Halo, though, I mean, do you think it could catch some ground?
100%. Any
Halo
esports has
does
plenty
that, COD will do it. That's the thing.
Well, the thing is that Activision as a developer just needs to believe.
Right.
Like, they need to actually see it and believe it, and hopefully what has happened with this will make them believe it. Right? You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, this is all hypotheticals, and I mean, it's not like we're not sitting here saying it's all going to happen or we think it's going to happen. We're playing a little game, I guess you could say.
I guess.
Well, I don't know what's. Yeah, we're playing a guessing game. If this were to happen, would this happen? Yeah. Like this is nothing's definite. But no, I think that's all we touched on a lot of stuff. Thanks guys for finally stopping by. This has been like 2 weeks in the making.
I know, and it's been just as legendary as the hype.
the legendary as the hype.
All right, guys. I'm closing the show down now. I appreciate all of you showing up, watching the show. I hope you liked it. This was the first show in the last 2 weeks. I told you if if you guys are new here, I switched up. I don't run on a schedule anymore because with the way my schedule is, it's changing constantly, and I'm constantly with class and work now and everything going on in my life. I basically just do this on the fly whenever I can get the guys on to do it. So there's no schedule. If you want to know when the next show goes live, just follow me on Twitter. You will know when I know, because when I know, I tweet it out. So literally, I tweeted out earlier today that there's a show because that's when I knew there was going to be a show. But so that's how everything's running now. The VOD of this will be on YouTube tomorrow. It is on youtube.com/ringshouse. That's where all the shows are being uploaded to. So go subscribe. Go check out the last 2 episodes of TWR. There were a couple of good ones. But thanks to the guests. Go ahead and give Benson_EU a follow. It should be NA now, though, dude. NA.
It
NA.
should be CRS Benson.
Yeah,
You know what it should be?
don't you have a Curse Benson?
I do. I have Curse Benson account.
Yeah.
If people want to follow me, they can. But no, in all seriousness, I really do want to just at Benson. The guy just doesn't tweet from it. It was really frustrating.
No, I want
Really
I want at Diesel, but you know, even the guy like heckles me every now and then too.
Really?
Like yeah, he tweets like once like every year, and like every now and again I'll be like, I want this, can I have it? And then he'll be like, haha, fuck you. I'll be like, what? I'll be like, you fucking asshole. But yeah, no, so that happened. Go ahead, follow Blevdog at Curse Blevdog right there. You see his
don't wanna
Twitter.
Put yourself through that.
Go ahead and follow
Yeah.
the man. Follow the man. You're gonna be seeing a lot of him in the future, especially at the forefront of COD's development and growth over the next couple of years in esports. So go ahead and give him a follow. And then Curse Cable, one of the many men behind the scenes at Curse. Go ahead and give that guy a follow. He handles all their marketing and advertisement and stuff like that. So, thanks guys for tuning in. That's all I got for you. I will see you next time on the TheWRant. Peace.